And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another exciting podcast for the Written Undead podcast. Okay, so today we had a few cancellations and some illnesses, so we had to shuffle things up a little bit. But today we still have a great show for you. We have myself, Richard Ryan Rose. We have Angel Ramon, and our very special guest today is Merrill David. Very excited to have you on here, Merrill. We're going to talk to you about your upcoming books and some of your recent releases and what you got going on. And I know you got some other projects, so anxious to hear all about it. But so unfortunately, we had to shuffle things around. But hey, we ended up with Merrill Davis, so it's a good day.
Yep, it's always a good day with Merrill. Yep,
Yeah.
and we get to make up the. Yep, and I get to make up the fact that I couldn't show up the last time you were on. So excited to see it.
I'm
So
excited.
anyway, Merrill, I'm gonna kick things off, man. What are you working on right now, buddy?
I can see the end of the light at the end of the tunnel for Wicked Awake 4. Kissing Dead Babies. So that's the fourth in what's gonna be that 6-book series there. So just about done with 4. Hoping to be done in September and maybe put it up for pre-sale maybe towards the end of September. So that's kind of the plan.
Boom. And it'll be out in October, right?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. All right, and another question, Merrill. So, is Festa just a one-off, or is that going to be a series? Festa.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I wrote it with all intentions of it being just a standalone, but I did also consider the fact that maybe someday I will want to write a part 2 or even more. So I left it kind of open-ended to where I can go further with it if I want. It's I think it's starting to get somewhat of a following. It's been kind of slow. I'm just starting to get to where some of the extreme horror splatterpunk readers are starting to know who I am, and they're starting to slowly pick up on Fester, and so word is starting to spread. But so I'm not ready to do a part 2 just yet, but maybe someday there'll be an outcry for it, and I'll give it to them.
Okay, all right. So I got a question for you, Merrill. So I'm I'm about 2 hours away from finishing Fester on the audiobook.
Cool. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I tell you what, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's been a rough listen. I'm not gonna throw out any spoilers, but yeah, chapter 10.
Oh, you made it that far, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm way past chapter 10. I almost stopped at chapter 10, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a testament to your writing, though, because you wrote that scene so vividly. I could see, hear, smell, taste everything that you were writing on there. I've got a strong stomach. You know, I'm an ex-cop. I've seen blood, guts, and brains and stuff. You know,
right?
It doesn't bother me, but that chapter, I've never actually dry heaved listening to an audiobook until then. I was literally on my way to work, just
wow.
You had me that deep into that scene. So kudos to you. That's some excellent writing.
I was going to say, I think that is the highest compliment right there, because that's exactly what I was trying to do. You know, I was trying to, I mean, that's what extreme horror is all about. It's all about getting that reaction and you know, trying to get people to throw up and dry heave and just completely to be disgusted by what they just read and kind of and then put the book down and kind of question, did I really just read that? So that's kind of what extreme horror is all about. So that was what I was trying to do, and I guess at least with that chapter, I guess I did accomplish that.
I think you got the hang of it. Yeah,
I'm starting to figure it out.
Yeah. So what made you? How'd you come up with the story? It's a very unique story. So how'd you come up with it?
Yeah, so I knew I wanted to do something. You know, kind of maybe taking a page out of Angel's book here, writing in more than one genre. I knew I wanted to kind of, you know, like he does all the historical stuff in addition to the zombies.
Yeah.
So I don't get me wrong. I love the zombies, and that's still my favorite form of horror. But I wanted to really, I was kind of challenging myself to see if I could do something a little bit different, still in horror, but I wanted to see if I could write something different. And so I've been kind of getting into the splatterpunk and the extreme stuff, and but so I kind of started searching up what I could possibly do, and I came across soul eaters, and then that whole, the whole premise of, creatures that are out there stealing souls, and that's kind of how it started. I'm like, well, that's kind of been done. I like it though, and then I came across the idea. What about creatures from another planet that feed off of human disease? And so that's kind of where it all started, and I don't want to give too much away, but that's kind of where it started, and I took it off from there. But I knew I wanted to do something completely different from Wicked Awake. I wanted to stay away from zombies. I wanted to stay away from. I didn't want any cops. I didn't want any military. I wanted to be a female lead character instead of a male. I was going for pretty much the exact opposite horror crowd or readers that I already had. Have kind of reading Wicked Awake. Not that I'm trying to get rid of those people, but I'm trying to bring in more and a brand new audience. So that was kind of my goal, thinking going into it.
All right, sounds great. Sounds great. Merrill, anyway, I wanted to ask you, when did you get started on writing? What inspired you to get started on writing, being an author?
It really it was just kind of I used to be really into the Wicked Dead, and but and I'd watch it with my girls and my wife, and I would always I loved it. Don't get me wrong, especially in the beginning. But then I would kind of criticize it. Those zombies are too fast. They can't do that stuff, and then so I would kind of talk like that, and then my wife would be like, well, why don't you write a book? I mean, you're the zombie expert. Why don't you write a book on how it should go?
So
that's how it all started. It was just
you were basically challenged.
Yeah. Yeah. She threw
interesting.
So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. So it started out really slow like that, and I never thought I'd end up publishing it. I never even knew if I would finish it. But that was years ago. So I actually put it away a couple of times, and I thought I was done with it, and I brought it back out. I guess it was about 3 years ago. I brought it back out and finished it up and published it, and here we are today.
Yep. I mean, I'm going to tell everyone else. Finishing the book is always the hardest thing to do as a writer. It's always hard. I mean, I know people will say marketing and all that, but actually finishing the book is hard because look at you. You put it away twice. You thought you wasn't going to finish it, but now here you are. You got Wicked Away 1, 2, and 3, and Festin. You got 4 books already.
Yeah.
So.
No, but you're exactly right. I mean, don't get me wrong. Marketing is a bitch. I mean, when you, I mean, you guys know. I mean, when I even when I did first publish the first book, I had no idea that I was going to have to also be the guy that is marketing it and advertising it and all that stuff. I had no idea. I thought you just write the book and throw it out there, and I guess magically it would sell itself. I don't know. I was mistaken, but you're right. I mean, but you gotta write a good quality book in the first place, or no one's gonna pick it up the second time, and then no one's gonna tell their friends about it.
Right. Now, back in the day, Mel, if you were a traditionally published author back in the day, might say the 90s, the early, the 80s, 90s, even the early 2000s, there was such thing as writing the book, and you could be mega popular because the publishers really pushed hard on it. But I know even the traditional publishers don't push the books hard as they used to, or they only do a hard push for certain books that they feel are going to take off. I think it's because of the rise of indie publishing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I know what I'm trying to say is that if we were authors back then, we probably would have had a golden ticket to success to a degree.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
I was going to say, well, what kind of marketing do you do, Merrill, and which do you find to be the most successful?
I'm call me thrifty, call me a cheap ass. I spend zero money on advertising, so I do it all. I do it all through just Facebook, Instagram. I started a TikTok account, and I'm going. I'm gonna have to take dance lessons apparently because I'm not doing very well on TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't advertise at all. I just do those things, and that's really about it.
Well, yeah, because marketing is like throwing spaghetti at the wall. You can say. Although I have to say, Merrill, in my opinion, this is only my opinion. I think the BookBub promotion you did kind of did help you or not.
That was awesome, and I got some great advice from you because to tell you the truth, I had never even heard of BookBub until you and someone else started talking about it, and then
Right.
you're the one who knew all about it, and you're the one who encouraged me.
I mean, and the funny thing about it, Merrill, is I've never been chosen for a BookBub, and I've been writing since 2017. So go figure. But the thing about it is I'm a lit RPG writer, and one of the big authors in that genre said the BookBub is never going to pick up one of those titles because it just doesn't fit the demographic.
Oh, okay. Well,
but you know what? I'm glad I could help you out. I'm glad it did you some good things.
Oh no, you're right. I mean, it did. So I I took your advice because you obviously you knew what you were talking about, and I didn't. So I put Wicked Awake 1 in there. That's what they accepted. I put that down there for 99 cents. And I tell you what, I sold a ton of. I think I sold 1,000 copies of that within 2-3 days, and then but also it bumped up the sales of parts 2 and 3.
I saw that. Yeah, I was actually during your BookBub day, Merrill. You might not know that I was keeping track of your ranking. I was making sure it was going up, and I saw a hit. I think the highest it was 540 something, which is pretty good, man. Which is really good. So well done on that.
So do you put that out there like in conjunction with a price, like a what do you call it? Amazon deal?
Yeah. So I mean, I just lowered my price on Amazon to 99 cents. And then I BookBub advertised it at that 99-cent rate. So
the thing about it, which it is on, if you get a BookBub deal, you as an international, you can't use the Kindle countdown deals. You have to know the price manually, because Kindle countdown deals are only good in the United States and the United Kingdom, and you got in the United States and international, which is all countries.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I guess the thing is, but do you do Amazon exclusive?
No.
Okay, because I do, so I can get my Kindle Unlimited page reads, but so they'll only let you lower the price down to like I think $1.99 is the lowest you can go with on that.
Yeah, I'm on Kindle Unlimited, but I was able to drop the price of the ebook down to 99 cents. So. I guess that's a different thing, but
and I gotta tell you something else, Merrill. Something else you might not know. I mean, I think it's amazing you got the BookBub deal because it's another little secret about BookBub. They usually favor books that are wide. They don't usually favor books that are in Kindle Unlimited or exclusive to Amazon only. They might get books that are you can get on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Kobo, all the other major retailers.
Okay.
So you got kind of lucky there, which is great.
I am on Barnes and Noble, even though I think I've sold 2 books through them. I think really with Barnes and Noble, unless your books are in their stores, I don't think they sell much for you online.
You can usually the paperbacks, you can put on Barnes and Noble, but for me, it just doesn't work for me. And in my genre is all Amazon and Amazon Kindle Unlimited. So
That's the only place I've had any luck is Amazon. So once it's there, they can be a pain in the ass sometimes to deal with. They sell books.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But Merrill, listen, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm glad I could help you out, man. So
you did. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. And anyway, Merrill, what other projects do you have in the pipeline?
Well, I've got I just got a little book signing event in San Antonio on the 13th of August. So that's not much of a project. I'm just going down there with some books and some goodies, and hope to sell some of that stuff. But I'm excited to meet some of the people in South Texas, because I'm up here in North Texas now. So, but the real big project is, and Rich was a part of our first establishment of it, but the Texas Author Con. We had that at what, 3-4 weeks ago, something like that, Rich.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, we threw that thing together in about 6 months, and we ended up with like 14 authors. And I tell you what, I think every author that was there uh, was hoping to get some good contacts out of it, and get their name out there a little bit. And but I don't think anybody was really expecting to make money that day. And from what I gather, I talked to everybody there. Everybody did make money that day. And it wasn't a ton of money, but we all made money. But we made some new contacts, some new readers, and we're gonna take it one step further. And we're already planning next year's event, hoping to get about 50 authors at that one. Make it a full Saturday event where we also have speakers and a question and answer session, and maybe even for our splatterpunk guys, maybe a gross out contest. I learned a little bit about those from some of the guys that were at our last event. So that's kind of what we're working on now. We're already starting to plan that one, and that's about a year away.
All right, that sounds excellent. Sounds excellent. Now,
Yeah,
Merrill.
go ahead.
No, go ahead, Rich. Go ahead.
We'll say I might have to talk to you offline about that San Antonio event. I know you threw out an invitation. If you still have room, I might be able to join you on that, since I'm apparently going to be in town.
Well, yeah, definitely. I'll talk to you here in a little bit, but
Okay.
yeah, definitely. That would be a show. From what I gather, I reached out to a guy that was a vendor there at one of the earlier events, and he said if you have any kind of like, so it's really a toy show. It's toys and cards and all that. But I saw all the stuff that you had at the last event, and so I think you would do very well at this show. So, but we'll talk a little bit more about it offline.
Sure.
But yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Anyway, Merrill, I wanted to ask you: do you plan to stay exclusively to the horror genre, or do you see yourself maybe going to another genre down the pipe, down the future?
You know, I got so many projects in mind, and most of them are horror. I've got a couple ideas. I kind of had an idea of maybe kind of like a mystery or true crime type story, and then I've got one in there that's kind of more leaning a little bit more towards like the bizarro type horror stuff. So, but it's mostly horror. I may consider doing a mystery somewhere down the line, but it's mostly different varieties of horror.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm very interested about that paranormal amusement park.
That's my next project. Yeah, so I've already started to look into that a little bit. That one I hope to come out with in about March. That's going to be called Season Pass.
Seasons pass.
Season Pass,
Okay.
and it's going to be a paranormal story set in an amusement park. And yeah, I don't want to say too much about it, but I'm excited to write that one. And so that's why I love writing additional forms of horror besides the zombies, because that, like I said, I've been working on the Wicked Awake 4 for a while now, so it's kind of cool. I'm going to take a little bit of break from that and then work on this other thing, and just about the time I start getting a little burned out on the paranormal amusement park thing, I'll be like, okay, sweet, I can start working on Wicked Awake 5 again. So
Yeah, that's usually the benefit of having that many ideas. I mean, that's awesome.
So, go ahead.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting you out there, Angel. Go ahead.
No, it's okay, Richard. Anyway, Merrill, I wanted to ask you another question. I know I got all kinds of questions for you, so here we go. Another one for you. How much time do you dedicate to researching your books? I
I do quite a bit of research into it. I can't give you a specific amount of time, but I mean that's really what I'm doing. Before I started all, I kind of got a general outline, very very loose, and then I start doing some research on some of the things. But I do some of the research up front, but then I'll do a lot of research as I'm going along. I really, as I start the book, I kind of know how it's gonna start. I pretty much know how it's gonna end, and I know some of the stuff in the middle, but a lot of it's gonna kind of write itself as I am in the process. So I don't know exactly all the stuff I need to research just yet, but I've done some, and I found some pretty cool, creepy shit that's happened in real life that I'm going to maybe stretch a little bit to put into this one.
Right.
There's
Personally, for me, when I'm researching,
Yeah.
I kind of find it kind of adds to my story. That I said, oh crap, I didn't know that. I'm gonna add it to my story. It kind of enhances the story that I had in my mind. So absolutely, I think it actually pays off doing your research.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, a lot of times I'll be in there doing some research for one idea that I had, and then I'll come across the internet's an amazing thing. I wonder whoever invented that thing was a genius. But anyways, wasn't it Dole? I can't remember if it was Dole that invented the internet. Whoever did. But yeah, you go in there looking up one topic, and next thing you know, you find yourself reading all this other stuff, and you're like, oh, well, that is some cool shit right there.
You're down that rabbit hole.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Rich, you have any questions for him?
Yeah. So yeah, I know you've got a lot of things in the on the burner and all that. So how much further do you plan on going with the Wicked Wake series? Do you have an end game planned yet?
Yeah, that's gonna go 6 books, and so like I said, I'm just about to finish 4. I pretty much know how 5 and 6 are gonna go right now. Like I said, for the most part. I mean, it may change up a little bit, but yeah, I'm gonna call it at 6. Um, I think I'm gonna take a little break from the zombies after that, and I plan on having a new zombie series later on, which may have a couple of my characters from this series, but it's really going to be a brand new series. Just I may bring a couple people back, but I just don't want to. I kind of want to. I kind of want to go out. Uh, I kind of want to do like Tom Brady should have done and gone out a few years ago after he won the Super Bowl. I want to go out on top. I don't want to stay too long. I don't want to. I don't want to be here too long. And people are like, man, he should have ended that Wicked Awake series about 5 books ago. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be that guy. I want to write 6 books, and they're all gonna be like, oh shit.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to leave anything unfinished. I hear you.
I want it to be a really, really book 1 to 6 all the way through, just great reads. And I'm gonna want them, to leave them wanting some more zombie material, and then just when they think I'm done writing zombies, and they're like, oh, this guy's a splatterpunk author now, and then I'm gonna come out with the next zombie series, and then they'd be like, oh shit, here it comes.
Here he comes. He comes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's back.
He's back. Anyway, I want to ask you both guys a question. I know this is kind of a topic that comes up once in a while between authors, but do you think the zombie genre is oversaturated, and do you think that it's in line for a downfall?
Go ahead, Rick.
Well, I don't think the genre itself is oversaturated, but I certainly don't think it's coming towards a downfall. But here is one thing, and I've probably mentioned this before.
Okay.
The zombie genre is oversaturated with the same, tired old tropes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you'll read one zombie novel and then go to the next one, and it's pretty much the same story, different characters. Maybe the events are a little bit different order, but it's the same shit that happens in every story, and it's like, okay, we've heard the old Walking Dead story, survivors trying to survive the zombie apocalypse. They go from point A to point B. They get trapped here. They get trapped there. They escape. They end up running into humans that are worse than the dead. It's just it's just full of tired old tropes that are really getting old. And there's times where I I look at a zombie book and I'll read it and like, okay, same story.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bother. So
Yeah,
we
you
need
put it
creative.
yeah, you put it in the do not finish pile.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think zombies themselves are ever going to go away. It's the stories that go around them. But I mean, you look at how popular, you put a different spin on it. Like, look how popular Train to Busan was. You know, I mean, that was different. It wasn't in America. It wasn't the cops. I mean, you throw a bunch of guys in a different country on a train full of zombies. People love that. I love that friggin' movie. So if people love zombies. They're not going anywhere. It's like you said, Rich. I think it's the stories around the zombies that need to change up a little bit, but
Right.
they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to agree with both of you. Honestly, yeah, I tend to agree with both of you guys that it's the tropes that kind of need, and you have to get a fresher look at the zombie genre. That's what I try with my fantasy series. You know, Betrayal of the Arcane. I try to go more of a fantasy, magical, necromancy type of story. You know, and people like it, but you know, I think it's gonna take a little time for them to enjoy. What's the word I'm looking for? To embrace it, to embrace that kind of a story. You know, some people just like the true and tried formula.
Yeah.
And I see we have a comment here for Richard Rose. He
Mhm.
says, "When will part 3 of your book come out, Richard R. Rose?"
Well, yeah, thanks for asking. I am currently working on it. I'm probably about almost 50% of the way done with the book on the first draft. Been a little busy here this summer, but I am going to be leaning forward starting this month and plan to get it out early fall at the latest.
That was Joseph Peck who asked that question. I was looking up my stream. So thank you, Joseph, for that question.
Thank you.
And we have another comment. Douglas K. Frazier says, "Zombies are like bacon. You either love them or hate them. No oversaturation. Just same ideas. Beat like a dead horse."
I don't know anybody that hates bacon, so I agree completely with him.
Yeah, yeah. Good point, Douglas. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Man. Anyway, Merrill, here's another question for you. Whenever you're ready,
Go ahead.
do you have a certain word count that you might to hit on a daily basis, or do you just wing it?
I wing it. I wing everything, Angel.
You wing everything.
I don't go in. I hope like if I have some spare time in a day, I'll sit down and I'll try to write some, and then I'm a very slow writer, and then but some days I'm just not feeling it at all. So I say, you know what, it's just not going to happen today. I'm not going to put something. I was going to say I'm not going to put any ink on the paper, but we all know it doesn't work that way anymore. I'm not going to put any keystrokes on this keyboard just to get my word count in, because I say this all the time, and people probably, like I know he's about to say, but I don't want it to suck. I don't want to put something down just to fill space, and I'm afraid it's going to suck. So
yeah, hey, look who's here.
There he is.
Hey, Jack.
Look who's here. Jack. Yeah, I think he's frozen there, but
okay. But no, I don't do any word count at all. I just go in and I hope for the best.
But I mean, yeah, I think I love word counts myself. Sometimes it's to my demise because whenever I can't do anything, I feel a sense of guilt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you feel a little guilty that you can't get. I didn't get anything done, but
I can see where that would be useful. Because like you said, if you that may be useful for me, because I can find sometimes where I might sit down and then I'll tend to slack, or I start doing something else. And if I remind myself, hey, fucker, you said you're going to do 1,000 words today. Get on your ass and start
yeah,
writing.
there you go. Yeah, right.
That might be useful. I might try that and see how it works.
Yeah, you should. I mean, for me, it's all about discipline. I mean, disciplining myself. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up with a couple of parents who were really hard on me when I was growing up. So I kind of developed that discipline to make sure I finished what I started.
Yeah, so that works for you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Rich, do you do one? Rich, you use a word count?
I try. Yeah, like I said, I haven't been consistent in my writing for the past couple of months. Been preparing for this move and selling my house and everything. But when I am writing regularly, I try to go for no less than 2,000 words a day. And
That's a good goal.
sometimes I exceed that. Sometimes I don't even come close. So
Yeah.
Well, what Rich is failing to tell you is he's like me. He's from Tennessee, so we only have so many words to work with anyway. The rest of them we just make up.
we repeat a lot of words like incredulously.
Yes.
Jack, I
Well,
thought you were going to say, Jack, that you only got so many fingers and toes to count on, so he couldn't reach up to 1,000 words to keep track with.
well, I keep a few spare hands and feet that I've found along the way lying around.
Okay.
So, not saying, just saying.
Nice.
Sorry I'm late getting here, guys. It's just, God, these last few weeks have been rough. I'm tired.
Yeah, this
beat
month
up.
it's been rough.
Hence the sunglasses, because trust me, you don't want to see behind these right now. If it hadn't been for a friend of mine calling me when they did, I would still be asleep right now. Like, I've just been teetotaled, wiped out.
Wow.
And we got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah, this month has just been tough for all of us. Yeah.
Tell you, like I said, I'm just now waking up. I'm scared to even walk outside. I'm looking at dark clouds over there, and I'm like, please let that be rain. That would be so nice.
We had a little bit here in Dallas yesterday, not much, but a little bit.
Wow. Yeah, I know y'all are dry too, man. It's just
it's been dry out there, and even here has been dry. So we're all similar. We could use some rain out here too.
Yeah. Well, now that I'm here, I'm going to come in like a freaking wrecking ball, to quote one of the greatest musicians of all time. Right. How much longer do I got to wait for Wicked Awake 4, Wild Eyed Southern Boys 3, and 4 King Minos 3?
Merrill, you can start.
Okay. Wicked Awake 4. I'm only like 3 chapters left. I'm hoping to be done mid-September and putting pre-sales up about the end of September, and it should be ready to rock and roll by October 1st.
All right. Well, now by this point, I think it's safe to say that everyone that's a Merrill David fan knows that you always find a way to create a really cool creature to stick in these books, whether it be the Zom Gator, the Zom Hog, the Zombies most recently. Did you give us one in 4?
I am working on one. I kind of start talking about it in book 4. You're gonna see a lot more of it in books 5 and 6. So I'm kind of teasing it up in book 4, and it's not gonna be a hybrid between an animal and a human this time. It's gonna be something quite different, but it's gonna be pretty crazy.
Nice. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, I'm going to jump to Rich next, because I know that before Angel's Books comes out, I have to get the red pen out. So,
Well, yeah. I had someone else asked me the same question a little bit ago, but looking at a early fall release, October at the latest is what I'm shooting for. I'm about 50% through the first draft, and this month is things are kind of settling down with everything going on and my wife right now, so I'm going to be leaning forward on the writing and hitting it hard and heavy starting this month. So should see a lot of progress, come September.
Sweet. Now, how's the process going? Is it going smooth? You got in your groove now?
I'm in my groove. The story is starting to come together. A lot of these places where I was trying to fill in the gaps as to how I'm going to make this and make that happen, or they're all starting to come together like they normally do when I'm writing. So yeah, I'm full speed ahead now.
Love it. All right, Angel.
Yes, my liege, or should I say, I'm your liege. But anyway,
don't confuse Jeremy.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm about 32,000 words into my current book, King Minos 3. Obviously, this is gonna take a while because of all the math and all that. But right now, I'm kind of in my groove myself as well. I do like to upload chapters to Patreon every Monday for Thursday. So if you're on Patreon and you're willing to give me a few bucks a month, you can read it in advance as I'm writing it. Also, but as far as when it's gonna be done, honestly, I'm hoping to have it done maybe by October. But of course, with you and your web pen, it's gonna be maybe until November too is completely done, and maybe sometime in December it'll be out.
I ain't got
So
the red pen
mine's just
handy, but I got the red lighter handy. I'll just flash that
Yeah.
thing around.
So it's definitely gonna be it's definitely gonna be sometime early fall, late fall, early winter. Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna be out, and that should be the final book of the year for me. Because I'm already writing these 100,000 plus word books. So these are not small books.
No, they are not. Trust me, I'm looking at them. They're right over there, and there's one
Yep,
right
and
there.
Yeah, I should be getting your hardcover very soon to send to you. So you're
Very
beginning
cool.
that. And because I'm doing that because Jack is a member of my Patreon at the highest tier level, so he gets all the goodies and the pride, and he gets to be treated like an emperor once in a while.
Once in a while, we don't try to overdo it. We don't want to spoil me. I mean, for Pete's sake, come on.
Don't give Jack the big head. Hey,
Hell, I'd be how you gonna carry a big head on a 120-pound body? Come on, let's go.
Right. Okay.
Well, I want to give a quick shout out to Carl Meadows. He was going to send me book one. People know me on Facebook. Have already seen this, but he was going to send me book one. Well, it arrives. I reached down in my little mail thing to pick the box up that's got the book in it. And it's like a freaking lead block. I'm like, what in the hell is in this box? So I get home, and up top next to Chris, where he should be, you'll see book one that obviously does not weigh that damn much. It's because he sent me the whole damn trilogy. So I've got all of them, every last
That'd be
one of
good.
them. So I'm going to announce it right here, right now on the show. Merrill, you have one. Angel, you have one. Richard, you're going to have one.
Sweet.
Carl, you're getting a wing, brother. You're getting a wing.
Whee! And we all know how wings are. They are so freaking cool.
Like I said, there's the mass, and then there's the private section. So, Carl, you're getting a private section. Oh, and you're getting your private section before Chris, because I've only got one book of Chris. So,
And don't forget, though, mine gets a throne.
It gets a throne, and it'll also be getting the Titans footballs moved away soon enough. So, I might even look into getting something New York Giants themed to put over there in your wing. So,
I mean, unless they're good, Jack, please don't. Unless they're good.
What? I can't hang a Daniel Jones jersey or something over there.
Yeah, we'll see how he does this year. Because if he stinks, he's definitely not gonna want to hang that up.
Speaking of Carl Meadows, we got a comment from him. Immortality.
Immortality. That's right, Mike. You are immortal.
He's got it, man. He's got it. He deserves it. He really does deserve it. As I've said in the past, if you were I love doggies.
Yep.
As I've said in the past, if you start reading Loki versus the Apocalypse, but you don't know who wrote it, you would think it was Chris. You would think Chris just went all British for a minute and wrote another Adrian's Undead Diary without Adrian. You wouldn't know, because he did such a remarkable job of just going right into that universe, being in that universe, and just he took it all on so well, and it's so impressive what he did. And I actually asked permission to marry Loki in a fictional sort of way. So just saying.
Hey.
I love her.
Go,
oh my God, I love her.
You're making moves, Jack.
You're
getting that mouth knife together, boy.
That's right. Even if it is with a fictional character, who cares? It counts.
Realistic mouth is overrated anyway.
Jack,
Got that right.
Speaking of immortality, I think 1,000 years down the road from now, when they reach into when archaeologists are digging into ancient text and scrolls and stuff, and they come across books like the Rougarou or Wild-Eyed Southern Boys, Book 3, Dead Cold War, Fester. They're gonna find a common character in there, and they're gonna wonder, who is this Jack Childress guy? Is he some kind of ancient ruler or some
Well,
named celebrity? I mean,
quick update. Our buddy Nick Plumridge, writes under Nick James, is working on a lit RPG with my side chick, Olga, and I'm going to be in that one as well as a villain,
nice.
and she's going to kick my ass. So let's look forward to
Damn,
that.
I gotta step my game up, Jack. I gotta get you into a book of mine.
Yeah,
I
this is
was
getting
gonna-
crazy.
I
I'm
was gonna
everywhere.
I was gonna make you the bard, the one. Remember the one I killed, the bard.
Mhm.
That was supposed to be you, but I said, nah, I can't do Jack like that.
Hey, I could be the son of the bard.
Yeah, but now I gotta find a backstory for it.
Is Jack gonna be?
I'm not getting back to that series until I finish King Minot. So you're gonna have to wait a bit.
That's
hey,
cool.
are we gonna see Jack in any more of your books there, Merrill?
He might find himself in the Wicked Awake series before it's all said and done.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm glad I got my ass up.
Yeah.
You know what I find funny, guys? We're all talking here, and I can only think about 100 years from now. It makes you wonder: are we going to be popular enough that people remember us 100 years down the road, like Mark Twain and all that? I always kind of wondered that we're going to be popular enough that people remember us 100 years down the road.
You know what I think's going to happen is people are going to get you guys books, your stories, everything, but it's going to be like you said, it's going to be down the road, and they're going to look back like, oh, I wish I'd have known about this person, way back when, and you're going to be like, well, you had the chance, but you missed it.
Or you were born too late.
Exactly, and he said, one thing I'm really gonna start looking at doing is buying books from you guys and then taking them to local libraries and just sticking them on the shelf and just being like, all right, it's there it is, and just put them out there.
Hey, that's the way to do it.
I've noticed that has been a thing that some people do. They'll get books and they'll just take them to their local libraries and put them there because they're not there. And I'm like, that is such a good idea. I mean, if you can afford to do it, then just why not do it? Just go put the books there.
And who knows? Hey, Jen, I don't mean to cut you off, but who knows? Maybe if people grab it and mic it, the Nightberry might even order a few copies for their Nightberry for their.
Exactly, and we're like what you did with with what you've done with most of your books, if not all of your books, how you'll have other authors listed at the end of the book.
Exactly.
If you like this, check this out.
I'm up to get back when I can.
And see, I love that. I really do love that when you guys do stuff like that, because that goes to show you're not just I'm all about me. It's like, no, I'm about us.
I got to get Richard and Merrill into the back matter too. I got to get you guys back into the back matter as well. Because most of those guys are Knit RPG authors, I gotta make some room for my zombie quarters. So,
see, that's where I struggle. Like when people put up like in books of horror, people are constantly asking for book recommendations.
Yeah.
And I tend to go to the same groups of folks, but when they're like, just give me a list of authors, I'm like, you really want me to do this? Okay.
Yeah,
and I just start firing them out, and before you know it, I'm like, okay, I'm at work. I got to get back to work. Crap, I can't name everybody, but trust me, I know a bunch more.
Trust me, I know not more than that.
It's like, just ask me. I can send you in all sorts of different directions. For that matter, just look at that. I know plenty.
Jack, I think a good idea is to write down all the names on a piece of paper, take a picture of it, and then whenever I ask this, you just send the picture to them. There you go.
That is the answer. That is the answer. Angel just saved the day. In fact, I got my notebook right here. So that will be a thing I do.
There we go. See, it's a solution for everything.
I think it's a great thing when the authors, are supporting each other because, I saw a post not long ago. Do we see each other as competition, or or what now? Like, no, I don't see these
Yeah,
guys.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, we help each other. We'll give each other reviews when we read each
I
other's.
mean, in one way, we are competition because we're trying to get people to read our books. But I don't know. That's just kind of a scummy way to look at it, even though it's reality. I mean,
Well, now,
I prefer, yeah.
well, now as a reader, as a a fan and
Way back.
whatnot, because obviously I don't write. One of the things that I run into or used to run into, not anymore. Oh God, not anymore. But I'd be just focused on one, two, maybe three authors. Say Stephen King, Dean Koontz, and for me, Mark Tufo. Well, you eventually run out of books. You're like, I'm caught up. I don't have anything else. What do I do now? And you get into a group like Written Undead. You get into like the books of horror. You get into just anything like that, and you realize there is so much out there to consume. So there's no reason to compete amongst yourselves. I love it. Looking good, Angel. You don't have to compete with each other because I mean we're going to get caught up, and at some point we're going to need something else to read. You guys read, so
Right.
y'all got stuff y'all like. You're not just writers and that's it. You're fans also.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
we want to get
Mike
that.
Richard. Mike Richard, I'm gonna take this sword and stick it up you know what, because he killed me off, man.
Hey,
Right?
it was my fault.
But there you go. That's in a sample, though. But I still love you, man. So I'll be easy on you.
It's nothing personal, man. I've killed a bunch of people I truly care about.
Yeah.
So
I know. I know. I'm just messing with you, but no. But that's it's going back to what Jack just said, that we're fans as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. Now, Merrill, you did the Texas Author Con, and I don't think I've gotten to talk to you really much about that. What was your experience like at that?
We all we talked about that a little bit ago. We threw that thing together in about 6 months. It was really kind of me, Jamie Hernandez, and Rich's baby. We've been talking about doing that for a while before the COVID thing came along. But so really, initially it was going to be the three of us. We got the place. It kind of grew into having 15 people there. And I think we all went in there with the expectations of maybe making some new contacts and getting and meeting some new people, meeting some of our fellow authors. And I think from what I understand from talking to everybody after the show, everybody made some money. And so we're already planning next year's event. Next weekend, actually, I'm looking at the potential place for it. And if everything works out well, we're hoping to have at least 50 authors at next year's event. In addition to a full Saturday, and we'll have 2 rooms where one will have the tables, and then the other will have a stage in the seating area where we can do discussions, Q&As, and maybe even for the Splatterpunk guys, a gross out contest. But that's kind of what we're looking at for next year.
Now, has Rich told you about his experience with Chapter 10?
We talked about that, and I tell you, that's the highest compliment I can get when I hear that somebody dry heaved when they're listening to the audio. That's I love that story. That's I'm gonna have to share that with some of my people.
Yes, and I've seen you starting to get more reviews. It seems like
it's starting to pick up. It's starting to fester a little bit.
Ooh, I like good pull.
Thank you. I'm starting to make some, and I believe a lot of it is from that show, because a lot of the authors that came to our event are writing the extreme and the splatterpunk. Patrick Harrison is there. He's got, and I need to check out his book, Grandpappy, if you like.
Now, see, I was about to bring that up. I can't get past the cover.
I'm reading some really, really crazy stuff about that book, so I'm going to have to check that out. But Roland Bursey was there. He's got a book called Unbortion, which is supposed to be crazy. I need to check that out, too. Eric Butler was there. Chris Miller, a bunch of splatterpunk extreme guys. So I'm starting to make friends with these guys, and I think it's starting to pay off. And I'm in that splatterpunk group on Facebook that you're talking about. So I think people are starting to see my name, see my stuff. I'm still new to them. They're all still like, who is this new guy coming in? But I think it's starting to pick up a little bit and pick up some steam.
Look too, Mello. Yep. Look too.
That may be. There may be, if there's enough
Yep.
of a calling for it, there may be a part two. Like I said, I left it open to where there could be a part 2.
You definitely did, because it's just like, okay, now what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Or, are they going to do this or are they not? Or, and what's going to happen to my damn dog?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a big question. I didn't even go there. So, boy, I hope somebody's taking care of the little guy.
I think we know who it might be, but that's okay. No spoilers. No spoilers.
No spoilers. No.
We got 2 hours left. Don't now, no spoilers yet.
Okay.
That's the only thing we don't want to do on the show. Spoil.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
But you do have another review coming for sure as soon as I finish the book there.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Might have a little upchuck on it, but it'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the highest compliment right there.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah. So hey, real quick, while I got a minute here, just let everybody know tomorrow morning, starting at either 10 or 11. Really, it's going to depend on how quick I can get my butt motivated in the morning. But we're doing the Peter Meredith tribute show in honor of all of our friend Peter Meredith, trying to help the family out with
Right.
funeral costs and all that. It's going to be a show with a whole different feel to it than what you're used to seeing, especially when you're used to seeing my goofy ass. But we're trying to. There's going to be a silent auction. There's going to be, there's announced about the GoFundMe page. There's going to be a lot going on, and anyone that wants to come on to the show, and I literally mean anyone. Like, if you're a fan of Peter Meredith, I'm going to drop a link onto the Peter Meredith fan page, as well as Written Undead and a few other places. All you got to do is click the link, come in, and you'll appear. Like, Richard can see what I can see. You'll be a little head down here at the bottom of the screen, and I'll be able to let you in and go from there. And so if you just want to come on, tell stories, talk about your favorite books that he's written, just anything. If you just want to just reach out and just say hi, that will be an option. Obviously with these shows, we don't do that. We don't just open it up to the average, everyday person just to come on or whatever. But for this one, since it's an all-day event, everyone is welcome. And
Richard's battery just died.
Yep. He put it in more colorful language, but yeah.
Yep.
So I guess it's just going to be us for the last few minutes here, fellers.
By the way, anybody watching and as a fan of mine, I will be on the Peter Meredith my stream at 1 o'clock Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'll be there, so I'll be making an appearance. So if you want to see me, you can stop by then. But please, stop by and watch all the offers, and and I will be making a $50 donation to the GoFundMe as well tomorrow.
Awesome.
Off my book sales, as promised, off my book sales. So I was able to raise $50 for them. So I'll be giving them. I know it's not a lot of money, but it's something. It's a little something to help them out. I know all the pain Stacey's going through right now.
Okay, y'all see what's happening over here.
Yep. Domino.
Yep. Trying to do a show over here. He's literally he was literally biting down on my pinky, staring at me, and I'm like, dude, seriously? Like, right now is when you decide to do all this? The joy of having a pet. Wring his damn little neck. So what do you guys got going on? Well, I know what Angel's working on. I know what you're working on, but what are you guys doing in your meantime when you got a little bit of downtime? Ouch.
Go ahead, Merrill.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot. I'm just mostly writing and trying to stay cool. We're building. Me and my wife are. Hopefully, they can start building our new house here pretty soon. A little bit further east of Dallas.
Okay.
So that's we're hoping. All we're waiting now is for the electric company to hook up the electric, and so we're on a waiting list there. But that's it. So that's kind of the exciting thing that we've got going on, is waiting for that to start going underway. But that's about it.
Hey, well, that's a lot more than I got going on. I mean, hell, I go to work, come home, do this, that's it. So, Hell yeah. What about you, Angel? What you doing on the side time?
On the side time, I mean, right now it's too hot, but I'm up to role play. I'm up to dress up and but I mean, it's too hot right now. I mean, it's really. I mean, July has just been a hot month, and other than that, just go to the beach once in a while. And honestly, right now, I'm just trying to save my cash and go out to Michigan one day and see my girlfriend out there.
Heck yeah.
But that's a and really when I'm not writing, I'm watching the baseball teams, I'm watching the sports and all that. I'm a big sports fan. I'm kind of excited for the NFL season, but I'm kind of cautiously optimistic. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because you never know what you're going to
I'm
get.
actually more excited for baseball because the Yankees are on top of the world right now.
Baseball. What's baseball?
Yeah,
I've ever
Cincinnati.
heard of. Yeah,
Reds.
whatever.
No, but Jack, but the thing about they're not the worst team in baseball anymore. They've kind of improved in a little bit since.
So they're one step up from super turd. They're just basic turd at this point.
So you could take the bag off your face now.
Right. It's just awful. I'm not used to living that lifestyle.
Yeah, but some people do it though. That's something that.
All right, well, guys, we are starting to reach the end of this whole shindig here. So, why don't we do a slow burn? If you bite me again, I swear to God, you're gonna lose teeth. Can't do anything like he's literally jumping out and grabbing the forearm, just anything. Would you get out of here with that?
Domino. Be a good cat.
I am about to domino his ass. I'll tell you that. Since Merrill, who actually is the motivation for why I got my ass up to get on here, because it's not like I get to see you that often. So, where can everybody find you, bud?
13th of August, I'm going to be going down to San Antonio to it's called the Ekman's toy and card and comic show, and I'm going to see what I can do. Hopefully I get some people to come buy some books, and they won't be too disappointed that I don't have any comic books or toys for them. But I'm hoping to see some people down there. Rich may be joining me, from what I understand. That would be cool. We may share a table down there together.
Cool.
And then, like I said, Wicked Awake 4 by October 1st. And then I'm going to start working on my paranormal horror called Season Pass. And already in the planning for next year's Texas AuthorCon. And Jennifer's helping a lot with that as well. So, but that's what I got going on.
Awesome. Well, hey, quick shout out to Jennifer Amato. Her father has recently ran into some health issues, so we're gonna keep her in our thoughts, prayers, and all that.
She's gonna be out. She's gonna be out for a while. So
yeah. But yeah, she's an amazing person, hardworking. She's a godsend. Trust me, to me.
Absolutely, I agree,
so
100%. I mean, Jennifer, if you're hearing us, we love you and we wish the best for you. It's been a rough month for all of us, not just you. Me too, Jack. It's been rough.
It's been everywhere.
We're basically ready to kick Janai out of here.
Damn, Skippy. Get me October. I'm all about some October, especially with y'all talking about book releases in October. Come on, let's go. Get me there. I want to be here.
You're gonna have to wait no longer than that for me, but maybe you might get an edit. You might have to edit my book on October. We'll see.
Hey, that's just as exciting. I love it.
Yep.
And speaking of your book, Angel, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Amazon, Angelus Maximus for my historical RPG books, or Angel Ramon for my Awakening Zombie books. I still have a couple of paperbacks to sell, signed paperbacks at $25 each. So if you want a signed paperback, let me know. And of course, King Renault's 3 should be out for late fall, early winter. You could join me in my Facebook group, the Legionnaires of Angelus Maximus. And of course, as I mentioned already, I will be at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. I will be tomorrow at the My Street for Peter Meredith's silent auction event. So you can check me out there. And tomorrow, if Jack is feeling good, the Angelus Maximus podcast will be on late. It'll be a 5:30 Central Time start, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time start. and we'll be talking about the evolution of ancient Rome from the Kingdom era to the Empire era. So I hope you're feeling better by then, Jack.
Oh, I'll be ready to go. Trust me. After doing an all-day show, it'll just be momentum. Keep right on plowing ahead.
Yep.
Well, guys, we are at the end of the hour. I'm sorry I was late. Sorry I was slacking this week. I'm sure I'll hear it from Javin because that's what he does. It's kind of his job. But for Angel Ramon, the Centurion Angelus Maximus, for my guy, Merrill David, Richard Ryan Rose, whose laptop kind of went meh on him, and our girl, Jennifer Amato, who's not with us this week, but she's always right here. I am Jack Childress, and I am really sleepy still. This has been the Written Undead podcast. We'll see you guys next week. Oh, and wait. I never do this. I don't know why I never do this. I'm going to do this time. It'll help everybody. I swear to God it will. At least I'm saying it will. Flip to the page. Next week will be August the 6th. We will be joined by Nick Rhodes and Ken Fossey. So we'll see you all then.
All right, guys.
See you guys.
Peace
Thank
out.
you.
Later.